Welcome to Don't Talk to Robots. I'm Doug. I'm here with my brother Andy from Fly Dutchman Cards. We are here to talk about the National. We're going to talk about three different things. We're going to talk about our goals for the 2023 National, our personal collecting goals, what we hope to accomplish that weekend. Secondly, we're going to talk about the map, and my brother Andy found out a lot of differences between the 2021 Chicago Rosemont map, the layout of everything, and this year's. So we're going to go over that. Thirdly, stick around. We're going to give you tips, tricks, what you need to know if you're going to the National for the first time, or things that we found helpful, or maybe I also have some advice if you're going to be having a table and you want me to purchase some of your cards.
Yes.
I'll be giving you some advice on how that can make that happen.
Yeah.
Andy, are you excited for the National?
I'm very excited. I feel like it's one of those things where, so we went in 2021. That was the first year either of us had gone. I was very excited for that, but really had no idea what to expect. And so now it's like, having been there, I kind of know what to expect. And so I am growing excitement. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to hold off making some purchases and things like that, because you just never know what you're going to find. And so it's I'm trying to squirrel away some more dinero, so I can be ooh, when I go to the National, I can be looking for this and stuff like that. So so the excitement has been ramping up the last couple of weeks, so getting pumped.
Nice. What would you say are some of your goals for what do you at the end of the weekend? What are some things you would hope? There's probably some things that are oh, it'd be really awesome if I found this, but so some of those things, and maybe even some of the things would be overall I'd want to leave with finding at least some of these types of things.
Yeah. So I think I'll start with some small goals just for fun, and then we'll kind of reach up to the bigger one. So one of them is I really love the 88 All-Star set this year in Series 2. And so I thought that would be kind of a fun kind of national project, is to try to because is it 50 cards?
Yeah,
I think for the All-Stars. So to try to go around and build that set at the National would be kind of fun. Just because it's also in preparation for next year, where I'm going to lose my mind when it's 1989 Topps. Unless Topps does something ridiculous and just doesn't do 89.
Stop doing the throwbacks. This is the last year.
Well, it's like Panini. Did you realize that Panini did that this year with Donruss? Last year was 88 because for some reason they're a year ahead. And then this year would have been 89, but they went to 90. And I'm like, what happened to 89 Donruss?
What happened to Donruss's license?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I just forgot it, but there was something you said, lose your mind in 1989. There's a title for that. Could be your video series next year of how much product you're going to buy.
Yep.
Nice.
So yes, so that's one. So the 88 set, I thought that would be kind of fun to try to put together that. I think for my specific PCs are very esoteric and very if I found those cards, it would be awesome. But I'm not. Last time I think I was thinking well, they're gonna have every card ever, and it's well, that's on eBay. Every card ever is on eBay, and there's eBay searches that one card comes up every 6 months. So it's it's probably not gonna be the National because no one's gonna buy it. So I'm a little more clear-eyed on that. But I think so. Yeah. So if PC cards come up, some Roger Repos PSA cards would be cool, but not really banking on that. But I thought so another kind of little project that I was thinking about was trying to get a card from every decade. So I have cards from the last probably 6 or 7 decades, but trying to get maybe a card from the 40s or from the 30s, just to kind of build something that I collected at the National. So kind of have some kind of mini things that I'm working on. So that would be one of them.
That's a cool idea. I hadn't thought about doing something like that, where it's it's kind of like when we went to every Aqua Sox game and got a hat. It's kind of you're buying something to remember that weekend and stuff.
Right.
So
yeah,
I like that.
And then the other thing too is, so normally there's a short list of people that I like to send cards out to at a certain Christmas time, and I realized that actually Scott from Reindeer Studios helped me realize this last time we were there, because he was buying stuff for other people, and I was when you can't find stuff for yourself, the next best thing is I wonder shopping for other people. And it's kind of fun too, because it's normally I set a limit of $10 or whatever, And so try to find like the best card I can for their PC for under a certain amount. I think I might do some early Christmas shopping, just because it'll be because there's so many tables to go to, and you're like, well, I could be looking for something, but like if I'm just looking for one card, it's nice to have like a bigger pool to pull from. Probably be doing some of that. And then this is probably my number one thing. This is something I kind of realized recently was like the card that I'll be able to find at the National. That this would be kind of this I'm going to give a shout out to Eddie from Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. I went to the Washington State Sports Card Collectors Convention, and so he had something that's like, I want to get something that like kind of the same thing with like the cards from every decade, but like one big purchase like that you can remember, like I got this one at the National. Mine, drum roll. It's not that big of a surprise.
I do have a drumsticks, but yeah, nice. Go.
So I think I have my eye on some Becca authenticated 1989 Topps traded Ken Griffey Jr. autograph. Because it's like, if I'm going to get one, it'd be kind of cool to get one at the National. And I know Mill Creek Sports has like a whole bunch of them, so maybe they'll give me a deal.
You're like, I've been to your actual store, so you can give me a deal.
Yeah. I flew halfway across the country
And you'll be staying at my house, so if it mysteriously gets lost, like that would be a bonus for me too. You never know.
Yeah.
I like it. I like those goals. One question I have for you.
Yes.
I remember last time we went, there was tables and tables of people that have TTM'd for years, and they've just got binders and binders. How much time, effort are you going to, or even your money, are you going to spend on maybe finding some 1989 Topps that maybe there's people that have passed away that you haven't had a chance to get TTM'd?
Yeah.
Will that be something you spend any time doing? I.e., will I have to do that as well with you?
I think yes. So I think last time I was like, I'm only going to do TTM. I'm not going to spend any money, like buy cards or whatever. But then you realize some of these guys don't sign TTM. Like the only way I'm ever going to get this card is if I buy it. I think I'm gonna set aside a portion of the budget to go through the binders to find some guys that are, because I joined all these Facebook groups where people sell autograph cards, and I'm always like, I'm either too late to the game, or they're like a little bit more than I want to pay, or it's shipping PWE, which is fine, but then it gets lost, and then you're like, I just spent $7 on this card that I never got, but I didn't really want to pay $15 to get it for tracking. I think I definitely will hit those up and look for some ones, because I have a pretty good idea. Because that's like the worst, is like I feel like I jump on these posts, I'm like, oh, there's some 89 Topps, and it's like claimed. So I'm going to the source. I'm not gonna have to pay for shipping. I'm gonna spend my Facebook budget time that I normally like. It basically will save me time, so I won't have to look at all these Facebook groups. I'll be like, this is an investment in time. I'm gonna buy some cards. So
that's definitely a benefit of. There was a stream I was on there. They were talking about like, if you had the choice, would you go to the All-Star game or a card show? Yeah, that's one thing I've been thinking about, is that while you might not find everything like on eBay at a card show, you do have the benefit of no shipping and no like taxes necessarily. Right. Sometimes the prices might be a little bit more, but you also get a little bit of savings there. This especially comes in handy if you're buying like boxes of cards or something like that. That might be like $20 to ship like an old box of cards that are 5 pounds or something. So something to keep in mind. Yes. That's a little teaser for our tips and tricks at the end.
Nice, I love it.
I would say, I think one of my goals that I think we did a decent job last time, but I want to do a little bit better, is doing a little bit more networking and like hanging out with more people. I feel like we probably know more people than we did back in 2021. I don't know if I've told you this, but there's a chance I might be going to a Cubs game the night you fly in. So hopefully the game gets over in time for me to pick you up, or you got to Uber it.
The best part, should I fly it on Tuesday or should I fly it on Wednesday? And you're like, oh, Wednesday.
Well, no, this came up afterwards, but if it happens, it's like a lot of YouTube channels and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. And so I think there'll definitely be some times, we'll probably hang out with people at the show. I think our first time there, I feel like we were trying to like maximize our time on the floor.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to feel that same kind of pressure because, like you were saying, there's a lot of cards there, but it's not all the cards. And
Right.
it's not like you're never going to be able to find the cards necessarily.
Right.
If you're familiar with our channels, we are more, set collectors, oddball, not necessarily, we're not going there to wheel and deal in our case of slabbed cards. That's not kind of how we collect and stuff. So it's a little bit different for us and stuff. Anyway, hanging out with people is definitely a goal. As far as cards go, I definitely will want to work on some insert sets. There's a table that we found.
Yes.
I assume I think it was a son and a dad. And it wasn't a table. It was like, I think it was 2 quadrants or, sometimes people would have a whole square or sometimes they would split it up. Like each side would be a different person. This was like 4 tables, and tons of insert cards. You did not know the price until you handed him the stack, and he'd be like, $25. Like, okay, it's decent. But I did find a lot of cards, and so I am looking forward to maybe completing some sets. I'm going to try to print out a few things so that I can keep track of that quickly. And TCDB on your phone is not good, and so.
You end up that's the thing, you end up just buying it and you're like, I got 14 of these cards because it's cheaper to buy it than to like check your checklist unless you have it off. So
I'll definitely probably be helping you out finding things just because you've got a little bit more of a niche. I remember last time we were looking for the signature series, so those were kind of easy to spot at different tables and stuff.
And the funny part, I'm pretty sure I found one. I found one signature. I found a bunch of archives fan favorites, but I only found one signature series looking the whole time. So it's like, I would love to find. Oh, and that's the other thing too. I feel like I've looked at so many signature series. I might just look for deals on signature series if I enjoy them. So when you can buy them for $5 and they cost $80, it just makes me chuckle inside. So
And I think my only other goals would be to maybe, see if I can find some good deals on packs that we can use for our Advent series, for Pack-a-Palooza. I guess I'm going to throw out a tip early. We're not to that section yet, but I remember last year there was a box of like junk wax, or there's a table of a bunch of junk wax, and I think it was like $5 for like a box. And I was like, I'm going to maybe just pick up a few of those just to have them for giveaways and stuff like that. No lie, Jabs of Jabs family came like on Saturday or something and cleaned them out of all like the good stuff.
Swiper, no swiping!
That's something that if you see a good deal on something like that, it might be worth it just to snag it the first day or whatever, or towards the end of the first day. You don't want to necessarily be hanging around with a giant box of wax.
Right.
So that, and then also would just be, I loved finding like oddball things. Like I found these 3D cards. I'd never seen those before, and of course I got a bunch of like these big heads last time we were there. So I feel like the National is a good place to find kind of that oddball things. I found like an uncut card that had Darryl Strawberry and Ken Griffey Jr. on it, and I was like, this is awesome. So there's a couple booths like that are just fun to find some random stuff, that you don't see. My brother and I kept on yapping about the National, so I'm going to cut it off here. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to get notified when we drop parts 2 and parts 3, talking about the map of the National and also some of our tricks and tips for budget collecting at the National. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to rock and roll.